up, everybody? It is now Thursday afternoon. We are back. The temperature is dropping just a little bit, but we're here. We're gonna get the subframe. Hopefully I can get it up onto the table, start taking things apart, disassemble, and then we can clean and make sure the new rack fits. So let's get started. Right, so it's 13 mil bolts that hold these little clamps in that hold the sway bar and the bushing in place. Right. Sway bar is out. As you can see, there are 4 13 mil bolts that seem to hold the rack in place. 4 bolts taken out. We should be able to remove the rack easily, just like that. All we have to do is take off the outer tie rod ends, and that's pretty much going in the garbage. Let's see what else. Okay, so we have the 2 mounts. We'll take those off. Lower control arms don't look bad. I was thinking about swapping them out because those are updated ones from an R32, and the ones here I thought they were poly, but I can't tell now. At least I thought they were when I put them in, but either way, they're heavy duty stuff. So I'm gonna take off the mounts and then take everything outside, pressure wash it, clean it up, degrease it, and then we'll start putting things back together. Alright, we stripped pretty much everything off of the K-frame. Sway bars down there, that'll get degreased and cleaned. I looked at the control arm bushings. They look really, really good still. Very sturdy still. So what I'll do is I'll just clean these up and reuse them. May scuff them and hit them with some paint to prevent the little bit of rust from spreading. And we should be good. The one thing I do not have is, where is it? I have to find the bushing that goes here. This one, because I've looked online and a lot of places seem to have it, but they always say 2 liter, 2 liter, 2 liter. So I need to find that bushing so I can replace that. Everything else will be cleaned here momentarily. So let's get these over to the side of the house and pressure wash them, clean them up. What's up, guys? We're back for a midweek progress update. So this rack is supposed to be a ZF rack. Now, from everything I've read, like I said before, Volkswagens, all VR6s are supposed to have the ZF rack. But the rack that was in my car is smooth and not waffled. Now everything lines up, and for the most part everything looks exactly the same. I thought the tie rods were a little bit shorter, but can't 100% confirm, which is not terrible because I did cut a 1/4 inch off of each end on this old rack, so I'd have more adjustability for my tie rod, so I'm not really worried about that. Battery's flashing, great. Let me do this quick. So I'm putting everything back together. Ordered this bushing for a ZF, but it didn't fit, so I had to modify that. But it's on. Everything's tight. Put the mounts back in, and this battery is going to die. So control arms go back in, and then this can go back in the car after I do the shifter upgrade. The subframe is pretty much done after fighting and fighting and fighting with brand new polyurethane bushings, which are a pain to install sometimes. We are pretty much done with the subframe. As you can see here, These tie rod ends, the outer tie rod ends are still new. New steering rack, new bushings to hold it in place. Sway bar, new end links, new bushings to hold that in place, to tighten that up. So everything should be just about ready to go. I went over and checked the bushings for the lower control arms. They still look really, really good. Previously, this was a heavy duty one for the outer and an R32 bushing for the big round one. So those have held up really, really well. I'm gonna eventually, when I get ready to put this back in the car, I'll put this in first and then put the lower control in, just to help with the weight savings of having to worry about having anything fall and killing me underneath the car. Okay, so in the last few days I haven't done much of anything just because of work and the temperatures and stuff like that. It's just been a pain. I have the wheels separated. I just ordered 2 new adapters just to see if those will fit. I don't want to order 4 and have to deal with 4, so I ordered 2 with a certain spec. If those work, I'll order the next 2, and then we'll be good to go on adapters. We have new adapters coming. These will be for sale if somebody wants to buy those. The new ones are going to be hub-centric. The wheels need to be, the lips need to be dealt with. The faces need to be painted. What else? And today what we're going to do is try and get rid of the exhaust. I sprayed the bolts down with WD-40 probably like 3-4 days ago. So hopefully they'll come apart. Please, don't break. Hope they don't break. Split that, get that out of the way. That way I can get the shifter set up into the car. It's been patiently waiting right here on the side of the bus. Alright, got the most forward part of the heat shield out. Looks a little rough, to be honest. A little dinged up. Second one is in. Some light for you guys. Second one is still in. The box is up there. Got most of the exhaust just hanging out. The midsection. I did notice that that part right there, that joint is broken, so I need to get that re-welded. So I'm gonna have to take out the O2 sensor. Hopefully just unplug it, take it, and get that re-welded and fixed. Everything else looks alright under here. Oh, that scared the hell out of me as a balloon. So right now we're gonna go into the cabin and get the center console out. That way we have free access to the shifter box, and then start pulling everything out for that. Center console, Euro center console is out. Shifter is still sitting there. Undo some bolts, drop this thing down. Old shifter is out. Not 100% great, not 100% terrible. But when you have upgrades, use your upgrades. I'll show you a little bit of a... I'm sure everybody who's done one of these videos has shown you guys what the difference is. So there you are. The bolt will back in, but you have to figure out something for the front. I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to do, but everything here should line up perfectly fine. So let's get to work. Right, real quick, I just wanted to go and show you that the front subframe is in one piece. Bolts torqued down, everything is ready to go. It just needs to get back into the car. Hopefully everything works good. Hopefully everything works good. Everything looks good. Everything's somewhat new-ish. So we should be good to go. 4 bolts for the main mounting areas, 2 bolts for the back area. Everything is in. So it should be, hopefully, a piece of cake. I want to get back underneath here. So now let's turn our focus to the bus and get out this rat's nest. Okay kids, everything, and I do mean everything, is coming out of this bus. Everything that I don't need or think I need is coming out of here. all I want to do is just make sure things that I need or don't need, like the wires coming out of the steering wheel. Here. So, everything. I think this is like a starter module, so these wires will need to be kept. Am I blocking you guys? I am blocking you guys. These wires need to be kept. But everything else is gonna go. All this should come off of here as well. All this is just ridiculous, to be honest. All this wiring is all crap, all garbage. It's all coming out except for the fuse box, actually. So let me make some disconnects. I'm gonna try to get around the other side. Oh, spring cleaning. See, all this right here, this shouldn't be, as you can see. None of this, even though this is for a radio, all this is coming out. Don't use, butt connectors are okay. I'd rather solder joints. My personal preference, so that's gone. All this wiring for who knows what is gone. Everything is out of here. Everything. Only thing going back in here is OEM stuff or stuff that I wire because can't trust it. I left all the wiring for the steering wheel controls and all that stuff is here, disconnected. Everything else is gone. The wiper motor stuff is here, disconnected. Everything else other than that is gone. All this extra wiring for, I would imagine, I think this is the radio stuff. Gone. Extra zip ties nobody wants. Not sure what that's supposed to be. I think that's the old radio into this. Guess what? It's gone too. He used a flat screwdriver? What in the world? Only thing I really hate in the automotive world or hardware or working on anything is flat screwdrivers. Flat screws rather. And their screwdrivers. The worst hardware known to man. I believe somebody told me once that they were the first screw and then somebody invented the Phillips. But flat was the first. And you know what? Mistake. Let's go everything else. Cables and stuff, that's this stuff is for the dash things. Oh, also, if anybody knows where I can get a dash for one of these, I've been looking, haven't found one yet. Looking for a dash for a 73 bay window. So, if you know anybody selling one, I am looking. That's out of here. I can see, I guess. This is wiring for the windows and doors. Lights, not gonna need. Everything's zip tied. It's supposed to be, unless Volkswagen was doing that from the factory, which I doubt. Ridiculous. Everything goes because everything's getting replaced. Everything. That way I can clean this up a bit. Air hoses. I think this thing had AC. It may have just had heat, but I'm hoping it maybe had AC. Everything over here just gets to go bye-bye. Everything's done. Everything. the main harness down here goes into the fuse box. You're all coming out. Everything. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So I'll skin this fuse box. Probably keep it unless I find something better to use, but for the main point of this, you're out for now. This extra wiring, get out of here. This is the main, not there, where is it? There's a bunch of wires over here that are electrical taped together, which I can't stand, so that's why everything's out of here. And for the most part, we're good. Just some wiring for light housing and stuff like that. I need to come out. I'll show you guys the other side. Everything over here is pretty much out and clean. Gotta get this steering wheel and arm rack thing out of here too. And continue getting everything disassembled. Windshield wiper assembly out next. Excuse me, guys. Pretty sure that's just gonna crumble and fall out. Wiper motor out. Okay, so got all the wiring out. Majority of the wiring is out except for the stuff that runs up in the pillars and the steering column, which I'm gonna tackle next. I took down the front part of the ceiling to get rid of the old foam that was up there. It is over here, as you can see. It might be asbestos. I have no idea, but that's old. That's not staying in there 100%. The front covering for the roof. I don't know if I'm going to keep this or maybe get a new panel and just use this as a trace and do a whole new panel, or do something totally different. I wasn't aware of all the screw holes that were going to be in here due to the top. I've been considering ditching the top and just doing either a rag top and make this a cruiser, or leave it as a camper. I'm not 100% sold just yet on the camper idea. I mean, I am, but I'm not. So it is what it is. At this point, we could ditch the top and just do a cover, like a rag top. That way, it'll just be an open air cruiser with still provisions for camping, like a stove and sink and all that stuff. We'll talk that over with the wife and see how she feels about it, because I do like the look of these things without the camper top. So that's a thing we're gonna have to discuss. So also took the vents out, took the lights out. All the wiring is done from that thing there. You can see it's all on the ground here. Most of this will be replaced, if not all. That's it. I'm gonna do some cleaning up here, vacuum, get all the rust out. Like I said, all this stuff will be out today. I'm gonna take out the steering column, the emergency brake system setup, and hopefully maybe the shifter as well. Got the washer fluid bottle. It's the only thing I can think that is down here. I'm gonna get that out of there and get the front end pretty much stripped. These sun visors are toast, if you can listen. The foam inside is pretty much potato chips. Those got to get redone, and I'm just gonna vacuum and clean up as much as I can. Yeah, so we're moving. Alright, unbolted the shifter. The shifter's gone. Now to get underneath here and take out the steering column and e-brake setup, and then we'll be done for today. Alright, so I think e-brake is here. I'm gonna get this cotter pin out, disconnect this linkage so that can come out. Gas pedal, the throttle cable snapped, so that's trash. That's coming out. I think that's it. Oh, brake pedal, I believe, is here. So we're going to have to figure that out as well. A lot of rust under here. Surface rust, surface rust, surface rust. That needs to get cleaned off and or cut out. I don't know. Hopefully, this wasn't a bad investment. I don't know. A lot of rust, but I'll do my best to fix it and clean it. A lot of it's just bumper and stuff. All the stuff everything else down here seems okay. I'm gonna have to eventually get to the suspension part of everything and redo a lot of that, I imagine, as well. So, as we go. Alright, gonna cap this video here. Got the pedal out, all the wiring, all the turn signals and all that other jazz. Some of the roof, the bad insulation is out as well. So you see there is a gaping hole. Now, I'm quitting because I'm hungry and I want to get something to eat. So, a couple things to do for the Jetta tomorrow, and then we'll be hopefully putting this all back together. Once it's all back together, then we're going to focus all of our attention from now on the bus and moving forward on this. So, that's it. I'm tired. Hope everybody had an awesome weekend. I will see you guys next time in the garage. Peace.